Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other.
Hi guys, CeeChronicles here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're on this channel for the very first time, I post fragrance related content and would very much appreciate it if you did consider joining us by subscribing. And to those who are returning, thank you so much for the continued support. Now, welcome to today's video, but before then I have a quick announcement. I have decided to open a second channel called CeeChronicles-Lifestyle. And the reason why I've opened that channel, guys, is I really did feel that I was kind of like shortchanging people who come on this channel, especially for the vlogs. I would do or make videos that are vlog related and then promise that I'm going to be throwing them here, say Vlogtober or Vlogmas, like in this case. However, the algorithm was, working against me. So it does look like YouTube pushes certain keywords to certain channels. If you're a perfume channel and you decide to do like a recipe and you bake something, you just get views that plummet. So what I have then decided is to open the second channel, CeeChronicles-Lifestyle, whose link I'm going to link in the description box. And please, guys, to those who are interested in seeing my life outside fragrance reviewing, head over there, drop me a subscription, help your girl grow. Let's get to that 1,000. And I promise, guys, when it comes to that channel, I'm going to be showing you the other side of me that is not really fragrance reviews. So it's going to be lifestyle, anything fun, anything I feel like dropping there. So kindly do go there and support the second channel. Now, welcome to today's video. Today I have grouped fragrances from I think 11 or 12 houses, but what I have done is I picked 2 or 3 and I thought to show you the dents on those fragrances. When I did my perfume collection, you guys were shocked as to how much I had used Haba. And that was, the comments that I got from that particular video that made me compile this video just to show you the dents of the fragrances that I have used the most, and especially fragrances I introduced to you this year. So Haba is from the house of Oud Al Za'afran, built around the guava note, some patchouli there, fruity floral, a bit heady if you wear this one in the heat. But I love it, guys, and this is where it's at. As you can see, it's almost finished. But I'm going to have to say I'm not going to repurchase it, actually, not because it's a bad fragrance, but by the time I was done with it, I had about enough of it. And the second one from the house of Oud Al Za'afran is going to be this one. This dent may not be say alarming, but for a person who has a collection as big as mine, and for a fragrance I introduced to you guys about maybe 5 months ago, this is a decent dent to me. This is called Itra Dubai Cotton Candy Musk. I slacked the hell out of this fragrance when I received it because it wasn't really giving me the cotton candy, but after a while it did settle to become one of the most gorgeous cotton candy fragrances that you can wear at bedtime or just for layering. So that is the first house, guys, Oud Al Za'afran, and this is Haba and Cotton Candy Musk. The second 2 are from the house of Paris Corner, of 2 different lines. Okay, this one is of their Emir line and this one is of their Pandora line. This fragrance, guys, draws its inspiration from Dior's Midnight Poison. Let me show you the damage I've done on this. Right, let me just try and do this because it's like the bottle is not clear there. Okay, so this is pretty much finished. If you can see, it's kind of there, right? This is pretty much gone. This fragrance is gorgeous for anybody who, of course, loves the Midnight Poison DNA. Anybody who wants a replacement for that fragrance because it was discontinued. It's just unfortunate that when I did go on the website to see if I can get a replacement bottle, they had run out of this one. The second one from Paris Corner, which is Vibrant Orange on Neroli, I'm going to say is not a fragrance that is very, very new in my collection. This one is probably a year old, but from my Paris Corner lineup, I actually used almost over half of this fragrance. Drawing its inspiration from Byredo's Sundays, a gorgeous, zesty, orangey, sweet, candy-like fragrance, which is perfect for summer. So this is the dent on this one. From Fragrance World, guys, I have these 2, Leather So Rare and Morcha Wood. And when it comes to Morcha Wood, when I was doing my fragrance collection video, I think it was Lebo, one of my very very loyal subscribers who said, oh my God, see, you have hammered the hell out of matcha wood and you introduced this fragrance not even 6 weeks or 8 weeks ago. I think that was the comment. And yes, guys, this is a fragrance that is just so addictive. I literally have to remind myself to use other fragrances and to stop using this one. And that is the reason why it's still there. Otherwise, I would have just finished this fragrance. A gorgeous coffee-based fragrance. They're also unique, kind of in the same vein as Intense Cafe. And then there is Leather So Rare. But when it comes to Leather So Rare, guys, in case you're going to use this video as like a guideline, you know, to what fragrances you should be purchasing, I'm going to have to caution you when it comes to this one. This is like a masculine, thick, smoky, woody, incensey scent. It is a fragrance that when I sprayed it for the very first time, it was like, oh my God, right? But it dries down to one of the most beautiful, unique type of fragrances, great for winter. It is a fragrance that not a lot of people are going to know what you're wearing. And that is the reason why I ended up using this fragrance a lot. But I will have to confess that because it opens up a bit screechy there, I used to spray this one, say 2 hours before I wear my clothes, and then, you know, after that, just enjoy or dive into the dry down. So this one is Leather So Rare from the House of Fragrance World. The next two are from the House of Lattafa. And when it comes to Lattafa, guys, I know I could have, you know, brought like 20 or so because I talk about Lattafas most of the time, but I decided to isolate two because we're talking about Dents here. When it comes to the top 10, I'm going to do a dedicated video for that. Mauna is a fragrance I introduced to you guys about 4 months ago, maybe pushing it 4.5 months ago. And this is the dent on this fragrance, a gorgeous jammy rose built around berries, something along them lines. Very easy reach, this one. This is why I have managed to wear the heck out of this fragrance. And then the second one is going to be Aiza. This fragrance, guys, surprised me. I'm not very crazy about the Carolina Herrera Good Girl DNA, which is what this fragrance draws its inspiration from. But I just want you to see the dent that this fragrance has. It's because what they did with this fragrance, guys, they made it more about the cacao note there. They made it more about the coffee note there than they did about the tonka, giving it a twist that is very alluring, very addictive, and an absolute compliment getter. So this is Aiza from the House of Lattafa. From Maison Alhambra, guys, I have these two to show. This is Glassier Blanc. I think I was one of the first two people to talk about Glassier Blanc on my channel. And let me show you the dent. I think the best with this one is to just show you, you know, in its upright position. This is where it's at. This is a gorgeous fragrance drawing its inspiration from Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Bel, nailing, you know, how that fragrance interprets. But the reason why I was just showering with this one is because it's a lighty, I get a light interpretation of that. But I just wanted to show you that this is a fragrance that is almost on its way out. This is where it's at. The second one is Le Intense. This is not so new, guys, in my collection, but it's on its way out. Will I purchase this one? Maybe not, because after using it for so long, it was just one of those fragrances that I got tired of. But I had to show you where it's at, that I did actually use this one. It's called La Intense. And these are the two that I've used the most, guys, from Maison Alhambra. This is a thick fragrance. It is a fragrance that the entire household fell in love with. Polarizing, raw feel of a dark roast of a coffee. That is what you're going to get, but I'm not going to dwell much into it because of course you can't see the dent. Let me show you the ones you can actually see the dent, right? This is our Rehab Choco mask. If anybody from our Rehab is listening, please do package this one in a better bottle. I think it deserves that. This is a good fragrance, guys. This feels a lot like chocolate greedy, but I feel a lot of people will judge this fragrance negatively just because of the bottle, because it either comes in a bottle like this or one of these little, you know, ugly looking bottles. This is the dent that is on my Choco mask. Let me just turn it and show you guys. This is also blind buy safe. As long as you like very gourmand forward cacao fragrances, chocolatey fragrances, you're gonna love Choco mask. The third one is this one, Susan. Another one that I feel maybe if repackaged could sell better. This draws its inspiration from Givenchy's Amoureige, and it nails, you know, that fragrance. However, this is kind of like on steroids in terms of the incense-y vibes in it. I do not appreciate the start of this, but it has a beautiful finish. So it's a fragrance that I would spray an hour or two before wearing my clothes, and then it nails that Amoureige, you know, vibe to the T. So it's gone, guys. It's called Susan from our Rehab. I will definitely repurchase my Choco mask. I will definitely repurchase my French coffee. And yeah, let me just say I will repurchase the Susan as well, because it does have those nostalgic vibes. It reminds me of the 90s there. So that is what I have, guys, from the house of our Rehab. From the house of Milestone, I have these two to show. This prime is on its way out, as you can see. Heady, apple, beastly fragrances, drawing its inspiration from Frederic Mau's Promise. I did feature this one early this year, so this is not one that just came and went, but it's one that I, you know, use the most, especially in cold weather, because it just turns into like a very nice crispy apple there with some patchouli doing the most. And then this one is barely a month old. So you guys are probably thinking, what are you doing showing us a fragrance that's barely a month old? I wish you could see what I've done to this fragrance. The problem is the bottle is kind of like opaque, so you can't tell. I love this fragrance, guys. Mouge Ice Age. I don't know what they were going for, but it's gorgeous. It's a creamy presentation of florals there, kind of sandalwood forward there, and it's a fragrance that I am getting a backup of from the whole lot. I honestly wish you guys could see the level it's at. You know, it's about there, somewhere thereabouts. So those are the two, guys, from a house of Milestone. From Rave Now, I have only one to show, but I know another one is gonna quickly join this one, which is the Rave Now Woman, because I love that fragrance. This one, because it's black, you can kind of see through the, you know, the contents there. If you are in a country that is hot, and you love your fruity fragrances, go ahead and purchase this. And if you're an OG on this channel, you will know that this fragrance is less than 2.5 months old. So another one that I am definitely going to repurchase, because I absolutely love this one. Now, my daughter that just snuck in, but she made sure not to come in front of the camera so she can hear what I'm saying here. She snuck in with Tus Skin, okay? But this is all on her. This one is also not so clear, so you're not going to see, right? She just snuck in with it so that you can see the level at which it's at. It's here. And I introduced this fragrance to you guys I think about 8 weeks ago. She loves this fragrance. So I guess... Yes, it's gorgeous. This is Tuskin. It's going to be a fragrance that is going to be favored by anybody who loves like a peach apricot kind of, you know, fragrance there. And according to Paris Corner, this is their own creation. So do not expect this one to draw its inspiration from anything. However, I'm going to say if you like the L'Impératrice type of fragrances, then you're going to love this one, guys. So it's the third one from Paris Corner that I had to show you here, courtesy of Jemima. This one's called Tuskin. From the house of our stuff, guys, I'm going to show you these three. Okay, let me just show you this one first, and then this one, and then of course the third one. Let's start with Emirat Al Arab. Let's see if we can possibly see the level at which it's at. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, guys, but it's somewhere here, right? So this is a gorgeous floral, a bit in the same vein as My Way, an easy reach, great for summer. Just gonna wrap you up in like a gorgeous feminine scent. The next one is going to be this one. Okay, now this is fairly new. This is a fragrance I'd say is about 4 weeks old, and if you can see right there, my camera is not very good, guys, but I think you can see there. So Emirat Al Arab Rose Privé is another fragrance that I'm definitely getting a backup of, because I absolutely love this fragrance. In as much as it's in a bottle that's not so clear, I have used the heck out of this one, and it's less than 2 months old. Now, a fragrance that is absolutely finished, right, because I think I just have one more spray left in this one, is Dalia. I did review this fragrance, but I don't see a lot of people talking about it, and I think it was one of those that got lost lost somewhere there because they changed the bottle midway or something like that. I am not going to repurchase this, but I just had to show you because it's a fragrance I feel that draws its inspiration from the Jimmy Choo, I Want Choo, something along them lines. Nice fragrance, easy, rich, not complicated. You can purchase this one for yourself. However, the bottle you're going to get is a bit different from this one. I'll see if I can put it on the screen there. So that's what I've done, guys, with my Asdaf collection, which is the Princess of Arabia, the Privé Rose, as well as Dalia. Now we're left with just two houses, which is a Mauve and a Swiss Arabian, and unfortunately with the Mauves, this you cannot see where the dent is at, so I'm just hoping you're going to take my word for it. Italiano Donna, this is not a new fragrance in my collection. In fact, both of them are not new fragrances in my collection, but when I looked at my Mauve collection, this is, you know, these are the two that I'm going to say I have used the most. I'm not going to repurchase this one when it gets finished because it's one of those DNAs that you get tired of. It's called Club de Nuit Women, drawing its inspiration from Coco Mademoiselle. However, I am on the hunt for this one because it does look like it's been discontinued. Italiano Donna. I love this fragrance, guys. And I had just left it at the back of the shelf, discovered it. Now it just feels as though it's a brand new fragrance in my collection. Gorgeous. It really gets better with time, this Italiano Donna, drawing its inspiration from D&D Perfume Intense. Now the last two are from the house of Swiss Arabian. I can almost certainly say my Shaka Oud is less than this in quantity, but I didn't want to bring you Shaka Oud here because again, it's a bottle that you cannot see its contents. So what was going to be the point? So I decided to bring these two guys. This I introduced on my channel about maybe 3.5 months old, Shaka Women, a fragrance that is often overlooked there. People don't seem to talk much about it, but I love it. Easy, rich. Look at what we've done to this one, guys, for a fragrance that's barely 10 weeks old. Great summer scent built around fruits there. If you love your fruity fragrances, crisp to an extent, you're gonna love Shaka Women. And then I have Valencia, right? Valencia is not a fragrance I've used so much, not because I don't love it, but because I am savoring this. I don't know from, you know, whether it's the same where you are. Swiss Arabians, where I'm from, are quite pricey. This fragrance I bought for about 70-80 bucks thereabouts. So I actually savor this fragrance because I've got like an oil of it, so I just use it sparingly. But if it was not for the price point, I would have finished this Valencia, guys, drawing its inspiration from Montal's Starry Nights. And those are the two, guys, those are the two fragrances that I can show you, you know, the two Dents, or the two fragrances I've done the most dent from Swiss Arabian. But like I said, I'm pretty sure my Shaka Oud is maybe at its half point mark, but I didn't want to bring it here because it comes in that gold bottle that you cannot see the contents. So that's a wrap, guys. Those are some of the fragrances that I've used the most in my collection. Fragrances that some are less than even 10 weeks old, but they've gotten a decent dent from me. The oldest one here is going to be a Mauve's Italiano Donna. That is the one I've had, you know, the longest time, as well as maybe Club de Nuit Women. As we wrap up this video, guys, please do remember to head over to my new channel. I'm going to drop the link in the description below, CeeChronicles Lifestyle. If you want to see my life outside fragrance reviews, please go to that link, head over to the channel, make sure to drop a subscription, watch the videos. Remember to also turn on post notifications, guys. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this one, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.